Hello guys, and welcome to another Red Life Studio episode. Please subscribe and give me a like, and share my videos if you're enjoying them. Also, feel free to leave me a comment below. Now let's begin with today's stories.
I, 32M, found out at Thanksgiving my wife, 31F, has been having an affair with a coworker for several months. Setting the scene, my wife and I had a long rough patch during COVID. Distance, emotional disconnect, dead bedroom, the works. I work IT in a hospital and it was my turn to cover on call for the holidays. As we pull into my uncle's house for the holidays, a call comes in, so I take it while the family goes inside. I was using my laptop and wife's phone as a hotspot. I use an Android and never really used the iPhones since the home button was removed. She gets a notification from Snapchat. I swipe at it to remove and it opens up instead. I saw a message from a username nerd and it has a kissy face emoji in it. Little did I know opening that message was going to lead to several saved messages from a coworker dating all the way to the beginning of this year. I don't use Snapchat, but apparently if you don't save a message, it deletes with time. So, the conversations are very choppy, but include several inappropriate texts of essentially 20 questions, the sex edition. I skim through, my stomach sinks, I wrap up my work and try to calmly go in to tell her we need to leave. Saying I've been called into work. My wife, knowing me fairly well I'd say these last 6 years, knew it was something else. I got to the car, 4 years old in the back, and tried my best, unsuccessfully, to remain calm until getting home. I go through the messages more thoroughly with her and see her sending out address to him. Surrounded by comments of "it's not a date if you make me follow the 6 feet rule. He won't be home," etc. She said he came over, she felt extremely guilty, they made awkward small talk and she asked him to leave. This happens in April, nearly 4 months of who knows how much texting, since most of it wasn't saved. The messages become much less frequent after that, only a couple a month, until August where they stop. I snap. I call nerd. Confront him about what's been going on with my wife the last several months. He says nothing happened. She says nothing happened. All I have is several months of sexual flirting, a picture she sent of her in a bra, and the scheduled country date at our house. So here I stand feeling disgusting, unworthy, second place, betrayed, and most importantly, stupid. She's lied before. Going to bars saying she had to work late. Inappropriate texts that she wouldn't reciprocate, but also didn't shut down. Sexual partners that were close friends she hid from me. I know our marriage was on the rocks. I admit my contribution to that. I stopped being romantic, I kept our conversation short. We were drifting. I don't blame her for wanting to stray. But, we've been going to counseling these last few months and I thought things were going well. I've been trying again and so has she. I just can't shake the feeling of something physical happening, despite both of them claiming otherwise. How stupid would I be to believe that, right? I've seen the worst side of myself these last 24 hours. She claimed it was 60% an emotional connection with him, and 40% physical attraction. Since I let myself go, I'm 5 feet 7 inches, 150 pounds, and a realistic 6/10. This guy is in shape, taller than me, and only 25. She's obviously distraught, has mostly taken my verbal lashings with grace, and wants to try to make this work. Here's where your advice comes in, Reddit. How do I ever trust her again? How do I break up our family and lose at least half of the next 14 years of my daughter's childhood? I'm scared of who she'll bring around her. I don't want to lose my baby or fear for her well-being. How do I get past the not knowing what really happened? The affair all ended 4 months ago, of her doing. But I don't know if I'll ever be able to forgive her, not to mention recover any shred of self-esteem or dignity. If only for a time, I was second best. An update, first off, I never expected such a profound response from the community and the several direct messages and advice I've received, so thank you all. It's helped through what has been the worst 48 hours of my life. So, since yesterday, I've sat with my wife and went through the details of the entire affair, the reason she cheated, and where we go from here. After this long conversation, I contacted the affair directly. I know this was an extreme roll of the dice, but I knew him in passing and his personality. He was remorseful, gave me the information I requested, and it matched the smallest details that my wife had given me. What could have been grease to the fire ended up being a small reprieve. Most will call me stupid, I get it, but I don't think there was a physical affair between them. She found attention and confidence she apparently was not getting from me. Well, this reprieve was short-lived by the conversation that followed with my wife. We spent several hours discussing her personal issues that resulted in her straying, and I finally convinced her that honesty is the only way forward from this. So, she admitted, as is the case with most cheaters, that this wasn't the first affair. 2 months prior to her relationship with Nerd, she had the same encounter with another coworker. Only, instead of nice guy, nerdy, sweetheart, this guy was the alpha fuck take what he wants, balls busting with confidence type. The messages with him were much more graphic in sexual nature, basically describing in great detail all the sexual things he wants to do to her. She reciprocated, but claimed the only thing that ever came of it was a drunk kiss in the parking lot. Yeah, I know. Here's where I'm reaching out for more advice. For the first time in our marriage, she told me a hard truth that I didn't find out on my own. She's expressed willingness to go to counseling, polygraph tests, admission of her own wrongdoing, and hates the person she is. Yes, I know, all typical bullshit a cheater feeds. But I have an illness too. I want to help her, as the mother of my daughter, whether I stay or go. I find it so hard to leave her at her lowest when she wants to change. How do I erase the what if? What if she finally became the person I fell in love with and always thought she was? Address the things that ruined us and lead us here. Of course, she could just be feeding me what I want to hear and go back to cheating. But is it really so impossible for people to change and grow from such disgusting behavior? Thank you for watching.